Welcome back to the Dallas Meetup Dime, where we get straight to the value in 10 minutes or less. I'm your host, Carson Gibbons, and today I'm joined by a very exciting guest. Our guest hails from Cape Town, South Africa, and relocated to Dallas, Texas at a very early age. He's a connoisseur of design and an advocate for precision. His entrepreneurial journey includes founding a range of businesses such as an innovative beverage company, several successful restaurants and bars, a group boxing concept, and his most recent venture, a top creative company called White Unicorn Agency. White Unicorn Agency's client list includes, but is not limited to, the Nelson, Sauna Space, Mark Cuban Companies, Catbird, Nick and Sam's, Kimberly Clark, Hilton Canopy, Michael Kors, the Adolphus, the Inner Family Foundation, the Eisner Family Foundation, Joanna Check, Blue Ciel, and the Crescent Club. Please help me welcome Jonathan Rosenberg, founding partner of White Unicorn Agency.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming up, sir.
Yeah.
I saw you a couple of years ago at a digital Fight Club event, and it was one of our first kind of peer-to-peer conversations where I approached you and said, the last thing I thought the world needed 10 years ago was another branding, advertising agency.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I told you I was dead wrong. Half of your competitors and peers are no longer around, and you're just the de facto shop and my favorite one in town.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know if it's, I think we built it non-traditional route. I didn't come from the agency world, not a designer by trade. I didn't leave with $1 million client. It was me and my founding partner, Brooks Johnson. And the goal was, I thought of myself as a consultant. How can I help companies grow? And if I solve a business problem, maybe we'll stick around. But our solutions happen to be design oriented. And it's the same philosophy today. I don't think we try and jam down what we do to our clients' faces. I think we're trying to help them, but we're mainly focused on a business problem.
What was the first client and kind of project deliverable, if you will?
Oof, just
So you have to
almost
blind it.
just almost 10 years ago. I think it was a bar or restaurant. My background was in hospitality space, and one of the owners who was expanding their concepts reached out to us and said, "Hey, can you help with some marketing stuff? I see what you're doing with your concepts. Can you help? Website or branding or photography?" At the time, didn't know any of it. They just said, "Can you help?" Took the meeting. I think prior to that was taking meetings with lots of people trying to help them with their company. Which ended up being the start of White Unicorn, which was, I'm really enjoying this space. It kind of meets my previous life as a consultant.
Mm-hmm.
I like solving problems, but I really have tried to start other companies. And in doing so, I've learned a lot. When we had money, when we didn't have money, when we used agencies, when we had friends and family, like beg, borrow, and steal to do what we needed to do. So I relate so much to an owner
Mm-hmm.
and what they're trying to do. And all we're trying to do is help them and meet them where they are and try and help them grow. So
It's always been clear that you're coming from that owner perspective, because not many nimble branding agencies get the opportunity to participate with the clients that you get, which are bleeding edge, emerging. If you've eaten at one of the best restaurants in town recently, it's probably a branded item from you.
Okay.
How do you get into those conversations when the brick and mortar may not even exist yet and they're coming in from another city like Miami or New York?
Yeah, I think we do it the hard way. We try and do good work for good people. It's that simple. And over time, if you're doing something in that space, you might look out and go, who else is a leader in that? Who do they work with? And then our name comes up a lot. So for 10 years now, we've done client by client, slow growth. That our focus is if we do good work all the time and for good people. I think that's a key thing. Sometimes we get it wrong, but other people like working with or knowing about what other good companies and good people are doing, and our name comes up. And I think being industry neutral has helped. The bars and restaurants are sexy and shining, just like our hotel partners. So people see a lot of that, but we're working across the board with so many different companies that people wouldn't even have a clue that White Unicorn's involved in. So proud of that.
It's funny to hear you label yourself as industry agnostic, because you definitely seem like the de facto locked in choice for any new premium bar hospitality concept coming to town. Different things like that, like the Nelson Hotel Galvez down in, is that Galveston?
That was in Galveston, yeah. So, no, again, our name comes up because we've got great expertise in the hospitality space. We've got multi-family development groups have found us. Companies in the CPG space are finding us for package design. We love the startup space. Again, that's my background, so I love to talk to other founders of what they're doing and where they're going. Recently talking to a yogurt company to a chip company to you name it, skincare, clothing. I relate to their story so much. And again, if we take back how we started this company, we're just trying to help them solve a business problem. We're not, and my background isn't the creative director. I'm not the one in the room making the decisions. I want to surround the client with the best team to help them solve those problems. I relate with the business problem that they're trying to do and go, hey, are we a good solution? Can we figure it out? Is our team a good fit? Will this work out? And 9 out of 10 times when we sign with somebody, we also are trying to do great work for them. It's not just like, let's take on a client because we need to and move on. I think we're really trying to help them move forward, and it shows. And that's why the referrals keep coming in, I think.
At the start of White Unicorn Agency, were you still an owner of some of the hospitality companies and bars in town?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a lot of crossover in the beginning. We never even formalized. I met Brooks Johnson probably around 2014, and he had a company called Aesthetic Cogency. I was opening up a bar called High Fives with a bunch of buddies, and the other partners at High Five said, "Hey, go meet this guy Brooks who's got another agency." We connected, and we did the branding and the website and the marketing and the menus. It was just a very easy process, and we connected. And we started talking more. I said we like dated, but we informally we're in the room a lot, helping other companies. And we sat down and talked about what the future could look like. And the future looked like if we hire talented people to do this work. There was a name change from Aesthetic Cogency to White Unicorn Agencies. We rebranded ourselves, but the goal was simple. It was helping companies meet them where they're at and helping them grow. In a landscape where tech is changing all the time, we really want to understand what our place is, and it's going to continue to change. So we want to be relevant. We want to be a go-to name, hopefully, and a partner at some point. So
change is the only constant, and I think dating is apropos because a business partnership is a marriage partnership in many ways. So
yeah, no, I spend more time with Brooks than my wife. I love the guy. Super lucky to have a partner like that. It's been a great partnership. Any venture I've always done, I've had good partners to surround myself with, and then building an appropriate team. Right, that's really, really good. I think I need to, and Brooks need to build the right team, hire smart, talented people, put them next to other smart, talented people, and let them run with the clients and get out of the way. That's kind of what we've envisioned from day one. And I think the growth is there because we're not in the way. We're trying to surround them with things that make them succeed, take away the things that they hate, and put cool clients and projects in front of them. So.
Did White Unicorn Agency start to just take up all the noise or the oxygen in the room compared to the hospitality companies? Like, were you finding a natural deboarding or demounting moment for the bar and hospitality ownership? Like, what was that process like?
You mean in meeting?
Maybe I'm not clarifying that properly. Did White Unicorn just take off with such fervor that it became such a time suck in a good way that you were going to focus all your attention there?
Yeah.
Or were there other factors?
Yeah. Prior to meeting Brooks, I mentally was going through, I didn't want to expand my role in the hospitality world. I love what I did, the concepts we did with the group that we were with, and the people that I was surrounded with, but I didn't see a future for myself. I wasn't going to put the concepts we did in other cities just for the money. And I love what we're doing here. But I don't know if that's my passion, if that's something that I understand scale, but now I've got to start putting concepts in Vail, in Fort Worth, in Frisco, and you start naming it. That kind of growth didn't excite me. I loved what we did, created concepts in a city I knew, in places that I understood. But the future growth of many venues just to increase the dollar value of what you could bring home, didn't excite me. And I was looking for my next thing. And I think I've always been an entrepreneur. I've done a bunch of stuff, and starting an agency and getting the conversations I do, but it kind of it's fulfilling. I get to talk to other people doing a bunch of cool stuff all the time, and we get to help them. I just don't have to operate their companies or start a bunch of companies. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. That,
in hindsight, exiting the hospitality and bar industry, pre-COVID in the last 10 years, that's kind of serendipitous and going with a more scalable solution. But what are some of the evolutions of your business that you've seen over the last 10 years and you anticipate in the next 5, principally with AI, Canva, democratization of tools, et cetera?
No, I think we're excited about all the tools that are coming. AI specifically. Everyone, I think initially came out, there was like a fear of what's this going to do? Is it going to take over my job? I go, at the end of the day, I've watched what we've done for the last decade, and I go, it's not the work itself that's the hard part. Clients need to be guided. They need to understand what's going on. They need an expert in the room to say, help them pick choices. Tools can help us get there. I think we're going to be relevant. We want to understand them all. But there's been tools that have come and gone over the last decade. Adobe. I can get into a list of these things. Social media didn't exist prior to starting our agency. Like Instagram was new. So I can list dozens of these. We just want to be relevant. We understand what the market's doing. We understand what people are using, what tools are out there, and make sure that we can use these tools to help our clients. It's that simple. But I think the expert does need to be in the room, and we do need to hold our client's hand and help guide them through what they're trying to do.
Not that you struggle for access at all, but if you could work with one brand, what's your dream brand that you haven't been able to work with yet that's on the bucket list?
This is purely selfish. I'm a soccer fan. Okay. I grew up following Man United in the Premier League. I would love to do anything they ask for. This is just a childhood dream of mine. So,
well, a lot of decision makers in the Dallas Meetup audience for Premier League, not really. But what is your ask for our community before we let you go today?
No ask. If they need help, we want to come to the table and try and help them. So that's how we've grown. We don't try and sell projects. If whatever we can do to help you or somebody else, we kind of say the same thing. How can we help you? So I turn it around the same way and I go, we want to make sure we add value and help other companies as well.
That's beautiful. Jonathan Rosenberg, White Unicorn Agency. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Paul.